Ooh wee. We are now 1-0 to start things off here in the Saints franchise, but now we have a little bit of a tougher matchup here in week 2 as we host the San Francisco 49ers. And the Saints and 49ers aren't exactly rivals, but they do have quite a bit of history. Obviously, both teams played in the same division until the realignment in 2022. They also had a classic playoff matchup in 2012 where the Niners just barely edged out the Saints. And what was a wild game. Definitely go watch that game if you guys ever get around to it. The Niners will get the football here as it's going to be returned all the way up to the 24. And out comes Brock Purdy in his 4th year as the starting quarterback for the Niners. Former Mr. Irrelevant. Had a rough season last year, but got a big extension and had 3 touchdown passes and a win against the Seahawks last week. He's going to complete his first pass for about 3 yards. That's the Jawan Jennings. Now it's going to be 2nd and 7. Purdy in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Christian McCaffrey, who's blown up in the backfield. Good play there by Nathan Shepard. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 now. Purdy will drop back. He has time, and he throws over the left side, finds Brandon Ayuk, and he's going to get the first down and more, and he gets past the 50. Ayuk stepping into that number 1 receiver role now for the Niners with Deebo Samuel gone. CMC's blown up in the backfield. Good play there by Demario Davis. 2nd and 13. Here's Purdy. Quick throw left side. There's Jennings again getting up to the 44. That'll lead to a 3rd and 5. Purdy drops back. Throws over the middle. There's CMC getting the first down and more all the way up to the 26. So the Niners with 2 third down conversions on this drive. And now just a blown coverage by us, and that's going to be a completion to Jennings for the touchdown. He was just wide open on the left side, and the Niners take a quick 7-0 lead. So now we'll see how Tyler Shough and the Saints offense will combat that first score. Alvin Kamara with a nice 12-yard gain to start things off. 2nd and 10 now. Shough drops back, throws over the middle, and there's Kamara making the grab. He's just short of the marker. That'll lead to 3rd and inches. And here's a handoff to Kamara up the middle. He gets the 1st and more into Niners territory up to the 42. Age hasn't slowed him down one bit. Now 1st and 10. Here's a fake to Cam Akers. Here's a throw right side. And there's Rashid Shaheed getting about 9 before he's pushed out. Now 3rd and 1. Shough will drop back again. Looks over the middle, and it's going to be caught. First down. That is Shaheed once again. Now 1st and 10. Here's a toss to the left. Kamara gets a block. He's going to pick up the first down, and he's inside the 20 all the way to the 11. 42 yards on 3 carries so far for Kamara. Now 1st and 10. Shough throws right side. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown Saints. Brandon Cook's able to make the play there against Diamador Lenore. And it's going to be a tie ball game now. So we'll see what the Niners do on their second drive here. Purdy has time. He's going to be brought down for the sack. Nathan Shepard. I mean, this man, talk about a late bloomer. He's really come on at the age of 31. We're going to get the football back now. Shough throws right side. Is going to be completed to Cooks, and he jukes out a defender. It seems like Lenore is really having a tough time hanging with Cooks in this game. Now 3rd and 2. Shough throws it right side, and Taysom Hill makes the grab. He's not the greatest football player, but he makes a great play there. Now 2nd and 7. Here's a screen. Cam Akers gets the ball, and he's going to get about 6 yards. I know he got cut IRL, but I can't cut my former Noli, you know what I'm saying? 3rd and 1. Shough, quick throw left side. There's Olave making the grab. That's going to bring it into the first quarter. It's 7-all. So now 2nd and 10. Here's a screen pass. Devin Neal, the rookie out of Kansas, picks up the first down. Now we're really using all of our running backs here in this offense. Now 3rd and 6. Shough drops back again. He's under pressure, gets it away, and Cook somehow makes that grab, getting the first up to the 3-yard line. So now 1st and goal. Kamara's in the backfield. Handoff up the middle, and he gets blasted by D. Winters. Jair Brown now injured for the Niners. 2nd and goal. Shout out to my man Dark Spectre because we running the goal line. Strong toss. Peep. Touchdown Saints. Cam Akers gets into the end zone. And just like that, we have a 1-score lead. So now we'll see what Purdy and this offense will do on this drive after a 3 and out. CMC fights his way forward and picks up the first down. He definitely has dealt with some injury issues over the years, but he's going to get the football here again, and he's dragged out of bounds after a 5-yard gain on that quick throw. 2nd and 5, counter play. CMC picks up about 4. Good tackle there by Granderson. And now 3rd and 1, and they'll give it to CMC again, and he's going to pick up the first down. Good blocking by that Niners O-line. Definitely one of the tougher O-lines in the league. And now here's a handoff. Jordan James coughs it up, and we're going to pick it up, but I think James was actually down on the play, and they will most likely be reviewing this. As it stands, Carl Granderson forced the fumble, and Demario Davis picked it up, but there will be a review. And honestly, to me, it looked pretty clear that James was down by contact. As you're going to see, his knee hits the ground, and then the ball comes out. So we're not going to keep the football. Niners will get it back after review. And not really mad about that. 1-yard loss by James either way. Now 2nd and 11. Purdy will throw. And Hugo Amadi just slipped, and Ayuk's able to get the first down as a result. Just cannot slip against a guy like Ayuk. 3rd and 11 for the Niners. Purdy will drop back again. Quick throw over the middle. That's Ricky Pearsall, the former Gator. Gross. He doesn't get the first, so they're going to have to settle for a field goal. Riley Patterson from 45 yards out is good, and the Niners make it a 4-point game. So now we're back on offense. 4:03 to go here in this first half. Shuck on the play fake. He's under pressure. He's going to be brought down for the sack. Mykel Williams, the rookie out of Georgia, gets to him. And now it's going to be 2nd and 22. Now a handoff to Kamara. I wanted to throw it initially, but there's Nick Bosa forcing a 7-yard loss. And now 3rd and 29. We're just going to go with a screen here. Kamara is going to get 12. And now Mykel Williams is injured for the Niners. Not good for them. We have to punt it away. So now 1st and 10. Purdy is under pressure, scrambling around, and he's going to be brought down for the sack. Pete Werner came in to bring him down there, and that's going to make it 2nd and 22. So now the Niners are in a similar situation that we were just in, but a quick throw of the middle, and that'll get them about 11. Luke Farrell on the catch. Now 3rd and 11 after the 2-minute warning. Purdy is looking under pressure, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete, out of bounds. Chase Young got to him. He's a former 49er, so he's looking for some payback here. So now we're going 2-minute drill here. Shuck finds Shaheed over the middle for the first. Now we're at the 43. Shuck will drop back again. He has time. Quick throw over the middle. That's going to be caught by Jawan Johnson, who's been pretty quiet so far in this game. Now 2nd and 3. It's Shuck again. Throwing it up. And what a catch by Taysom Hill. I thought that was going to get picked off, but Taysom Hill might not be the greatest football player, but he's making plays for us in this franchise so far. 3rd and 5, quick throw over the middle is Johnson again making the grab up to the 22. And we're moving the football pretty efficiently here. Shuck drops back under pressure. He's going to be brought down for the sack. Mykel Williams once again. So we're just going to settle for a Blake Groupie field goal from 47 yards out. Kick is up. And it's good, so we will go into the half up 17-10 over the Niners. In a game we probably shouldn't be winning, but we're playing well enough to win. I mean, we're playing well above our skill level, it feels like. But now we'll take a look at some games from around the country that you may or may not care about. And we're going to start things off over in Lambeau Field, where the Green Bay Packers host the Washington Commanders. And Jordan Love giving some love right side, big throw. What a one-handed grab there for the touchdown. Jaden Reed making a hell of a grab. 4 touchdown passes for Love as the Packers won 31-15 over the Commies. So now we go to one of the few football stadiums I've actually been to IRL. Acrisure Stadium, or as I still call it, Heinz Field, where the Seahawks take on the Steelers. And there's a big throw from Sam Darnold over to Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and a couple of Steelers bump into each other. Steelers lead 13-7 at the half, though. Now we'll take our coverage down to South Beach, as it's a little AFC East matchup between the Patriots and the Dolphins. Both 0-1, Mike Vrabel coaching in his first year with the Patriots, and Ramondre Stevenson gets into the end zone, getting a little boogie there, and the Patriots up 21-0. So FG, RSV, all you other Dolphins fans out there, shield your eyes. And some other scores from around the country on the screen. My Titans are doing pretty well. I like it. But we're up 17-10 over the Niners as we get back into the action over here. Tyler Shuck with a really good first half. As we'll hand it off to Kamara. He's going to fight forward for about 4. So now 2nd and 6. Kamara in motion. Shuck will drop back. He has time. Throws left side. And it's going to be caught by Shaheed just short of the marker. He's up to 5 catches for 38 so far in this game. Now 3rd and 1. Hand off to Kamara, and he's going to just get enough for the first down. Not great blocking there, but works out. 2nd and 10. Shuck throws right side to Cooks, and good coverage there by Lenore. He did not open Lenore there. Now 3rd and 10. Shuck hit as he throws, and that's incomplete. Nick Bosa able to get to him. And now we have to punt it away. So now the Niners have a chance to tie the ball game up. CMC breaks a tackle. And luckily Nathan Shepard's able to make the play, but a big run by CMC for the first. Now counter play. This time he's wrapped up in the backfield by Jordan Davis, the big pickup from Philadelphia. Now 2nd and 13. Purdy throws left side. That's going to be completed to Ayuk. Nice hit there by Jordan Howden. Only a 6-yard gain for Ayuk. Now 3rd and 7. Purdy stands in the pocket, lets it fly right side, looking for Ayuk, and it's going to be picked off. Justin Reed makes the play there, and he's going to get a nice return out of this one as well, all the way up to the 40 of San Fran. Great play by Justin Reed, huge pickup in the offseason. Very surprising that he came over to the Saints, but he's won some rings with the Chiefs, so maybe he's just trying to help out his hometown team now. Here's Shuck throwing right side. There's Shaheed picking up the first. Nice spin move, and he's going to get just short of the 25 at the 27. So now 3rd and 7. Shuck looks over the middle, and what a drop by Cooks. That was actually a perfect throw by Shuck. But now Blake Grupe's going to have to settle for a field goal, and he's going to hook it wide left. Just tragic. I'm just not good at kicking in these games, as you guys can see. So it remains a 7-point game. Off the play action, here's a throw to CMC. He's going to pick up the first down up to the 47. So now, 1st and 10. Handoff, CMC. He goes nowhere. Nathan Shepard is just playing out of his gourd in this game right now. 4-yard loss. Now 2nd and 14. Thrown over the middle. That's going to be caught. Deep pass there to Jawan Jennings. Gets him to the 33. Now CMC gets the handoff. He cuts inside, and he's going to get a nice gain and a first down. Now DeMario Davis is injured. That would be a very tough loss if we don't get him back. And CMC just runs over to Marco Jackson for the first down up to the 7. So the Niners, they're knocking on the door. Here's a fake. Throwing right side. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback's going to get into the end zone. And the Niners are going to tie things up at 17. 12 years in the league, and Juszczyk is still going. That's amazing. Now 1st and 10. As we have the football here, Shaheed gets the grab underneath. He picks up about 9. Now 3rd and 2. Here's Shuck again. Throws over the middle, and this time Shaheed couldn't hold on to it. Reggie Grant able to break that up, and now the Niners have a chance to take the lead here. CMC on the pitch. He's going nowhere. Good tackle there by Brian Brezzi. Now 2nd and 14. Purdy will throw this time. He throws over the middle, and there's Ayuk making the grab up the seam for the first. And this Niners offense has really come alive so far in the second half. Fake to CMC. Now throw right side. It's Juszczyk again. I don't know how he got open that time, but he's going to get all the way inside the 10 up to the 8. Just a blown coverage there, just like the touchdown. Now here's a throw left side to CMC on 2nd and goal. And we're having a hard time bringing him down, but we finally bring him down for a loss. That'll end the 3rd quarter. We're knotted up at 17, but it's looking like the Niners are going to get into the end zone, or at least get 3 on this drive. So now 3rd and goal. Here's Purdy. He's going to try to scramble, and he's going to run in for the touchdown. A nice spin move at the end of that one. And the Niners take a 6-point lead. They still have to kick the extra point here. Patterson can't get it off as It just looked like Chase Young got right through the middle to block that one. They just parted the seas for him. I actually think that was illegal because Young did rush the snapper, which you're not allowed to do. But hey, they didn't call a penalty, so it's legal. 3rd and 10 as we have the football back. Shuck throws over the middle and just overshoots Kamara there. He was open, but just fired it a little too far inside. So now the Niners are looking to extend their lead, but CMC's blown up in the backfield, and now he's injured on the play. That would be a tough loss for the Niners, but I mean, I think they're pretty used to him being hurt anyways. Now 3rd and 11. Purdy over the middle, finds Jennings, and he gets hit hard by Demario Davis, who is back in the game, obviously. So we force a 3 and out. Now we get the football back. Shuck hit as he throws on 2nd down. He tried to find Cooks, but Cooks couldn't hold on to it once again. So now 3rd and 10. Shuck looks over the middle. There's Olave making the grab, getting the 1st down. So now we're making some moves. 1st and 10. Handoff. Cam Akers breaks a tackle, and he's going to pick up about 9 on the play. Nick Bosa is injured on the play. Looks like his knee or something is hurt. We end up picking up the 1st down, so now here's Shuck looking right side. Taysom Hill makes the grab, and he'll get about 7 on the play. So now 2nd and 3. Hill and at quarterback on the Wildcat, and he's just getting blown back. He ends up just losing 2 yards, but that was a rough play in general. Shuck's back under center now, 3rd and 5. And here's a throw to Juwan Johnson. He's going to get inside the San Francisco 40, and it's a new set of downs. So now Shuck drops back on 1st and 10. Looks left side, and it's caught by Shaheed. He picks up about 7 on the play. Now under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Handoff to Kamara. He gets to the outside. No blocking really for him, but he's still able to pick up the 1st down. Up to 55 yards on 13 carries. Now here's a handoff to Kamara. He cuts it back, and he's able to pick up about 6. We're able to pick up the 1st down on the next play. So now here's 1st and 10. Screen pass. Kamara has the right side, trying to get to the end zone, but he's pushed out at the 1-yard line. So now Taysom Hill is in that Wildcat quarterback. He's going to walk in. Touchdown, Saints. And now we're an extra point away from taking the lead. We end up making it. So now it's 2-minute drill time for the Niners as Purdy faces a 3rd and 7. Throws right side to George Kittle. He's been very quiet so far in this game. He only gets 2 yards on the play. So now it's going to be 4th and 5. Might be the last shot the Niners have here. And Purdy throws left side, finds Kittle, and he's going to just barely get the 1st down there. Justin Reed just didn't make the play in time. So now the Niners survive for another set of downs at least. Here's a screen to Juszczyk. He runs over Amadi there, and he picks up 6 before stepping out. 2nd and 4. Handoff. Jordan James trying to reach out for the 1st down marker, doesn't get it. So now the Niners go no huddle, 3rd and 1, but now a flag on the play, and it's going to be a false start on the Niners, so a big break for us there. Now it's 3rd and 6. Purdy throws left side, and he just overshoots his man there. So now 4th and 6. Niners do have all 3 timeouts. Trying to convert their 2nd, 4th down of the drive, but this time Kittle doesn't pick it up. Julian Blackmon stops him just short, and it was a nice throw by Purdy. It was a nice decision there, but Blackmon just made a hell of a play there to stop Kittle short. So now we have to run the clock out. Niners still have all 3 timeouts. Here's Kamara up the middle. He bounces off a defender, picks up about 3. So now 2nd and 7. Shucks in the pistol. We'll give it to Kamara again. Kamara cuts it inside. He doesn't get the 1st, but he is very, very close, a yard away. And this is the ball game here. 3rd and 1. Kamara picks up the 1st down. That's going to do it. And the Saints start the season 2-0, pulling off what I consider to be an upset victory over the 49ers. 24-23 is your final here. Hell of a performance by Tyler Shuck in this one, and a great job by the defense to stand up when we needed them to. Shuck went 28 of 46, 253 and a touchdown. Kamara 84 yards on the ground, 38 receiving. Akers with a touchdown. Cooks had a touchdown as well. Kind of a quiet day for Chris Olave. But Brock Purdy only threw 3 incompletions, including a pick, and he ran for a touchdown and threw for 2 of them, so wasn't his fault, but in the end, we get the W. Now look at the final scores from around the country. Love seeing the Jaguars get beat up like that. Also love the Titans winning. I love that even more, actually. Close game between the Giants and the Cowboys. Cowboys won 17-9. Ravens blow out the Browns. Obviously, we get our win. Jets beat the Bills, so Buffalo's struggling early on in the season. We already saw the Patriots beating up on the Dolphins. Seahawks edge out the Steelers. Panthers with a close win over the Cardinals. Broncos destroy the Colts. Chiefs get their revenge on the Eagles. Falcons beat the Vikings in overtime. Bucks get the win over the Texans. And the Chargers dismantle the Raiders. So next up, we take on the Seattle Seahawks, who we saw a little bit of earlier. Seahawks missed the playoffs last season and now have a new quarterback in Sam Darnold, who we saw earlier. Still have some pretty good weapons all around on this team, including Kenneth Walker, if he can stay healthy, that is. Zach Charbonnet is not a bad backup either, though. And they also have a fullback in Robbie outside of Alabama. They have a pretty good receiving core with JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. They also have Gabe Davis on the team, and a familiar face if you paid attention to the Colorado State Dynasty last season, Torrey Horton. He was an absolute monster for us in that dynasty, even though it didn't last very long, and he only played a year for us anyways, but he's somebody we're going to keep our eyes on as this franchise goes on. Not a great tight end situation. Gerald Everett's getting up there in age. They do have the rookie Elijah Arroyo out of Miami. And their offensive line, actually pretty decent. The Seahawks have definitely had some issues over the years with offensive line play, but they're starting to build it up a little bit. That interior line's still a weakness for them, as you guys see from the overalls, but they got some decent bookends. They have DeMarcus Lawrence now as one of their edge rushers. He's up there in age now, but him and Boye Mafe could end up being a really good tandem, and they could cause us some issues with our young tackles. They have Leonard Williams and Jaron Reed right in the middle at D tackle. Byron Murphy's an up-and-comer as well there for them. And then linebacking situation, actually pretty decent with Jawan Bentley and Ernest Jones there. Wish the Titans would have kept him a little longer. He's a pretty good linebacker. And Tyrese Knight being their will linebacker. At corner, they have 2 really good ones in Devin Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen. They also brought back Shaquille Griffin, who spent some time in Jacksonville after being a Seahawk early in his career. And we'll see how those 3 handle our receivers this year. They have Julian Love out of Notre Dame. He was one of the better players in college from his college days, I remember. Kobe Bryant. Not like the legend Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul. Not a great strong safety, but not terrible either. So the Seahawks are definitely going to be a team that we can't take lightly. They're definitely well removed from their Legion of Boom days, but they did get the W over the Steelers in a close one. Sam Darnold had a decent enough game, did throw a pick, but he did outplay Aaron Rodgers, which I don't know if that's saying a whole lot at this point in his career, but, you know, it's something. Didn't really run the ball too well against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh does have a tough front 7, though. Valdez-Scantling, we saw get the touchdown. Cooper Kupp had the other one. So we'll see how this Seahawks offense looks. Obviously, they no longer have DK Metcalf, who's on the Steelers, actually. But they still have a pretty decent offense. Darnold proved last year that he can be a dependable player, at least in the regular season, which is where we're at now, obviously. So I'm not expecting an easy game at all. This is a game that we probably should lose. But then again, you could make the argument that we probably shouldn't have lost to the Niners and, you know, we shouldn't have dominated the Cardinals like we did. But I'm not going to just lay down, obviously. You guys know me well enough to where I'm not going to just play poorly just because my team's not good. You guys already know that I'm going to give my best effort on the 6 every time I get on. So let's get this mofo rolling. We're at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington, our first road game of the season. And these 2 teams have plenty of playoff history as well. Of course, the legendary Beast Quake back in 2011, and then they played each other in 2014 in a less notable game. But the Saints have won the last 4 matchups between these two teams, so history is currently on the Saints side. They're 10-8 all time against the Seahawks as well, so we'll have to see how this one goes. Both of these teams look a lot different than they did in their last matchup back in 2022, so it should be an interesting game. We're going to kick things off to the Seahawks to start things off. Blake Grupe kicks it deep, and we're underway here in Week 3 against the Seahawks, and they're going to get a pretty solid return up to the 27. Out comes Sam Darnold. It's been a bit of a journeyman now, and last season really had his best season of his career, really meeting up with the expectations that were put upon him early on in his career. 1st and 10, Darnold will throw right side. That's completed. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who had that amazing catch against the Steelers, gets about 9. Now here's Kenneth Walker getting the first down and more. Getting past midfield up to the 48. That'll move the sticks. So now 1st and 10 from the 48. Hand off to Walker. And he jukes out a defender, and he's going to lose a yard. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Darnold's in the shotgun. He'll drop back. And he'll throw left side. Completes that one to Jackson Smith-Njigba for about 9. Now 3rd and 2. We send the blitz, and Darnold's going to be brought down for the sack. Danny Stutzman, the rookie out of Oklahoma, gets the sack there. And the Seahawks will have to punt it away. Tyler Shuck coming off of a pretty good performance last week. We'll see if he can do the same this week against the Seahawks defense. Alvin Kamara gets the carry up the middle. He'll pick up about 8. 84 yards on 18 carries last week. Had a pretty good game receiving as well, as we mentioned. Now 2nd and 2, handoff, and this time Kamara gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. That'll lead to a 3rd and 2. They send the blitz. Shuck throws left side, and it's going to be completed. Jawan Johnson into Seahawks territory, but there's a flag on the play, and it's going to be holding against us. And that is going to go against the rookie Kelvin Banks Jr. I'd get it. He's facing DeMarcus Lawrence, but still can't hold on a 3rd down like that. And 3rd and 12, there's a completion to Cook, so he's going to get the first down. And a nice step inside to get to the marker. So now here's a handoff. Kamara gets through a tackler, and he's going to force his way forward for the first down up to the 48. So now 3rd and 10. Shuck, under pressure, gets it away, and it's going to be caught by Johnson, but he's stopped short of the marker. And scared money don't make none. We're going to go for it. Quick throw right side. It's caught. Fabian Moreau is able to pick up the first down up to the 36. So we continue the drive now. Hand off to Kamara up the middle. He picks up about 6. Now 2nd and 4. Shuck hands it off to Cam Akers. He gets stonewalled. Only gets maybe a yard there. That's going to lead to a 3rd and 3. Shuck will throw it this time. Quick throw over the middle to Kamara. He's going to pick up the first down up to the 23. And yeah, sometimes I'm going to alternate between Kamara and Kamara. It's just force of habit. Now 2nd and 12. Screen pass to Velus Jones. He's going nowhere. Bentley with a nice tackle there. Now 3rd and 18. Quick throw left side. That's going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin gets the pick as Shuck was trying to force that one to Chris Olave. But just a great break on the ball there by Griffin is going to give the Seahawks the football back. So tough ending to that drive for us as Seattle has the football now. Darnold scrambles around a little bit, completes it over the middle to JSN, who picks up about 3. He had 6 catches for 52 yards. No touchdowns, though, in the win against Pittsburgh. Now 2nd and 7. Quick throw over the middle, and that's going to be broken up. MVS couldn't hold on to it. Good hit by Justin Reed. Now 3rd and 7. Darnold, quick throw left side, and again, a nice break up there by Reed. This time, JSN couldn't hold on to it. And the Seahawks will have to punt it away. Jones back to return this one. And here's some blocks for Jones. He's going to take it right side. Here's Velus Jones getting close to midfield up to the 47. That could have been a whole lot worse for Seattle. But great field position to start our second drive of the game. Hand off to Kamara. He picks up a first down. Couldn't spin out the defender. Oh, he didn't even get the first. I lied. 2nd and inches. He got close, though. And now here's Shuck. Throwing left side. That's going to count as a run for Kamara. And he's going to pick up the first down now. Final play of the first quarter here. Shuck will drop back. Throws over the middle, caught by Olave, and he's going to get the first down up to the 29. That ends the first quarter, no score after one, but we're moving the football for the second time on as many drives. Hopefully it doesn't end with what just happened on the screen. So now 2nd and 9 as we enter the second quarter. Here's Shuck throwing left side. There's a wide open Rashid Shaheed. He's tackled at the 12 and a new set of downs. Now 2nd and 7. Taysom Hill out of the Wildcat goes nowhere. He loses a yard. Good play there by Bentley. And Hill remains in at quarterback. He's going to throw this time. Taysom looking left side, finds Jawan Johnson. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown Saints. Taysom Hill, the former college quarterback who sometimes is the emergency quarterback for the Saints, shows that he's still got it. 7-0 lead now. And what looks like it's going to be a slugfest here. And a nice stop there. Nathan Shepard picking right back up where he left off last week. And now it's going to be 3rd and 7. Darnold has time, throws on the run. That's going to be a first down, but there is a flag on the play. JSN all the way up to the 41. But it's going to come back due to a hold by Seattle. So right back at them. That's going to lead to a 3rd and 17. Darnold has time, dumps it off right side to Cooper Kupp, who's been pretty quiet so far in the game. We wrap him up well short of the marker. And we're going to get the football back. So now here's Shuck. Rolling to his right. Shuck takes off, gets a block from Moreau, and he's going to pick up the first down. People aren't really aware, but Shuck has a little bit of mobility to him. He ran like a 4.63 40, which isn't bad for quarterbacks at all. So now 1st and 10, Shuck dumps it off right side to Kamara. I think that will actually count as a pass this time, and it'll only be for 2 yards. 3rd and 10 now. Shuck stands in the pocket, hit as he throws. That's incomplete. That's probably good because the way that ball was going, it probably would have been picked off. We end up punting it, so now Seattle has the football here. Darnold with a throw down the field. He finds MVS up to the 43. 2nd catch of the day now, up to 34 yards. 1st and 10. Darnold has time, throws right side to Walker, and he's going to pick up about 9. 2nd and 1. Now 3rd and 1. They're going to try to sneak it here, and they get the first down anyways, but they would have got it regardless because we jumped off sides. It was Chase Young. So now 2nd and 8. Under 4 minutes to go in the half. Here's Darnold. He has all day to throw, but he's going to get picked off. Pete Werner went up and got that one. Cooper Kupp was the intended target there, but Werner was just in the right place at the right time. And, I mean, just a hell of a interception there. Kind of a no-look interception, but, hey, it happens. 1st and 10, we're going to try to extend our lead here. Shuck throws right side to Taysom Hill. He's not the greatest football player, but he does have a touchdown pass in this game. Now 3rd and 4, Shuck throws over. Oh, and that's nearly picked off. It slipped out of his hands as he was throwing it. Well, as he was being hit, I should say. So now Seahawks have the football, trying to get a little 2+ minute drill here as Kupp makes the grab for the first. Now we're past the 2-minute warning. Here's Darnold looking. He has time. Throws right side. That's going to be completed to Walker for about 3 yards. And now Seattle goes no huddle. 3rd and 3. Darnold throws right side. Caught by Kupp. He breaks a tackle, but he's taken out of bounds by his momentum. Up to the 15. New set of downs for the Seahawks. Now Darnold coughs it up after getting hit there by Demario Davis on the blitz. That'll be a strip sack. Now 3rd and 16. Darnold throws the screen. MVS trying to get there, but he's not going to get the first down. Picks up about 10, though. And we'll burn our first time out of the half. So now Jason Myers will try a field goal. Kick is up, and it's good. So Seattle gets on the board at 7-3. 35 seconds to go in the half. We're going to give it to Kamara up the middle. He picks up the first down. So now we're going to try to make something happen here, not using our timeouts. 23 seconds to go after the snap. Shuck throws left side and just overshoots Shaheed. He had him there, though. Now 2nd and 10. Shuck has time, throws left side. That's going to be incomplete. Good breakup there by Witherspoon. 3rd and 10. Shuck has time, throws over the middle. That's going to be to Taysom Hill, but is broken up. So we end up punting it away. That'll end the first half. Very low scoring game so far. We lead 7-3. So now for some scores that you may or may not care about. And we're going to start off with two teams that I absolutely loathe. The Houston Texans at 0-2 taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars at 1-1. CJ Stroud throwing an absolute dime to Tank Dell for the touchdown here as the Texans get a 28-14 victory over the Jaguars. Hate both of these teams though. Now we check out two teams within the division, the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers, both at 1-1. Here's Michael Penix Jr. with an absolute dime to DJ Chark for the touchdown, one of his 5 touchdown passes as the Falcons dominate this one 34-21. Now we look at these two teams again, the Steelers coming off the loss to the Seahawks, Patriots coming off a win against the Dolphins. And here's Drake May. Drake throwing it deep right side, and he is going to find Stephon Diggs. That's actually Diggs' only catch of the game, and it goes for a touchdown as the Patriots win 18-3. And a rainy one over in Foxborough. Looking at the other scores from around the country, sadly the Titans lose to the Colts. But we're up on the Seahawks 7-3 in a very low scoring game here in Seattle. As we're back on offense here, Alvin Kamara, 45 yards on 10 carries so far in this one. Very gloomy one, not really raining here, but still pretty gloomy as Shuck completes it left side to Shaheed for the first down. So now here's a play fake. Shuck's going to be brought down immediately on the blitz there. Hall's able to get to him completely unblocked. Now 2nd and 14. Shuck throws over the middle and it's going to be caught by Shaheed up to the 46. That'll lead to a 3rd and 1. And now handoff to Kamara up the middle. He gets stuck behind Moreau. And he does not get anywhere. We're going to go for it on 4th and 1. Cam Akers in the game. We decide to go for it, and that was a mistake as he gets stuffed. And it's a turnover on down. Seattle now has great field position here. 1st and 10. Darnold looks underneath, finds Kupp, and he tries to reach out for the first down marker, but he's just short, up to a nice 69 yards. Now 2nd and inches. Handoff. Walker gets stonewalled. Good play there by Carl Granderson. 3rd and inches, I'm expecting a sneak here, and they're going to sneak it and get the first down anyways, so that sucks. Now at the 36, 1st and 10, handoff to Walker. Nice blocking there by Seattle. He's able to get past the 20 for a nice gain and a first down. 3rd and 7 now. Darnold scrambles, and he's going to try to run, slides down early, and doesn't pick up the first, so now it'll be another field goal attempt here. Kick is up, and it's right down the middle. And it's 7-6. It's under 4 minutes to go in the third. Here's Shuck on 3rd and 11. He's under pressure, gets it away, and Taysom Hill can't get either foot in bounds. So we go 3 and out. 2nd and 5 for Seattle as they're looking to take the lead here. Darnold throws over the middle, completed, and it's a big throw to JSN up to the 31. First down Seahawks. Now here's Darnold. Throw on left side. That's going to be completed at about the 25. 6-yard gain there. Now 3rd and 4. Darnold throws a screen. Walker, plenty of blocks in front of him. He gets the 1st and more inside the 10 all the way up to the 4. It's going to be 1st and goal Seahawks. 2nd and goal now. Darnold quick throw right side to Kupp. He gets stopped at the 3. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal, but first, that'll end the third quarter. 7-6, Seattle is knocking on the door, trying to take the lead, which would be their first of the game. 3rd and goal to open up the 4th quarter here. Here's Darnold. He's going to try to scramble, but he's going to be brought down for the sack. Demario Davis gets there on the blitz, so now Seattle will have to settle for a field goal, and it'll give them the lead. 9-7 is the score now. This has really been a low-scoring game. We'll see if we can get our offense going here. Pitch out to Kamara, and he just can't get around the edge. Coughs up the football, but we're going to pick it up out of bounds at the 18. Now a 3rd and 17. Quick throw to Velus Jones left side, but Seattle's not fooled, and we go 3 and out once again. So now Seattle wants to extend their lead here. Walker coughs it up and somehow recovers it. He got very lucky there. Now 2nd and 2. Darnold throws right side, and Charbonnet gets blown up there. He coughs it up, and it's going to be picked up by Blackman, who forced the fumble. Wow, what a couple of plays there. First, we force the fumble on Walker, and he gets it back. And Charbonnet just gets his head taken off by Blackman, and Blackman's able to recover it. So now we have some new life here. Quick throw left side. There's Olave on 3rd and 11, only picking up 4. Didn't feel comfortable kicking the field goal there, so we punted it. Now 2nd and 9 for the Saints. Here's a throw to Kupp. He's able to make the grab against Kool-Aid McKinstry, and he gets the first. Now 3rd and 9 from the 38. They're going to go screen this time. Walker has nowhere to go this time. Demario Davis with a nice open field tackle for a loss. And now we'll see if Tyler Shuck can get us down the field for at least a field goal. There's a dump off right side to Johnson for the first. Now 1st and 10. Shuck will drop back again. He's going to roll to his left. Looking like he's going to run, and he does. He gets out of bounds at the 42. So now 2nd and 5. Hand off to Kamara. He bounces it outside, cuts it back inside, and he's into Seattle territory up to the 46. Kamara has been pretty quiet so far in this game, but a nice run there. Now Cam Akers with a nice run as well. He'll pick up about 9, very close to the marker. Kamara's back in the game. He'll get the handoff, and he gets the first down and more all the way up to the 19. And we're in field goal range, and we take it to the 2-minute warning. Here's Taysom Hill on the Wildcat. He's going to pick up some yardage, but a flag is thrown in, and it's going to be illegal block in the back on us. That's going to be on Dylan Radins. Not quite sure why he did that, but now it's 2nd and 20. Shuck has time. He throws over the middle. There's a completion. Cook's trying to get the first down, but he's dragged down at the 15. Seattle burns their first timeout. 3rd and 5 now. Shuck throws underneath. There's Bayless Jones picking up the first down, trying to get to the end zone, but he does not. Stopped at the 1. And now we're literally just going to run as much clock down as possible. We're going to center the ball here. Not quite sure why we dive there. Seattle has no timeouts, so this will be a chip shot game-winning field goal for Blake Grupe. Kick is up, and it's good. And we win an ugly one in Seattle. 10-9 is your final. And for the first time since 2013, the Saints start 3-0. It definitely wasn't the best of efforts offensively, but the defense really stepped up in this game. And what a great start to this season it's been. Very unexpected great start, but a great start nonetheless. Tyler Shuck went 18-29 for 148 and a pick. And the only touchdown pass came from Taysom Hill, 1 of 1. 10-yard touchdown pass for him. Didn't do too much outside of that. Juwan Johnson, 3 catches, 30 yards, and the lone touchdown in the game. Sam Darnold went 24-29 for 223 and a pick. And he also had a fumble on the ground. I mean, this really was a defensive struggle. That's really what it comes down to. Demario Davis had 8 tackles, 4 TFLs, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. Blackman had 8 tackles, 2 TFLs, a forced fumble, and the recovery of his own fumble. Warner with a pick. Shaquille Griffin had a pick for the Seahawks. Juwan Bentley with 10 tackles and 4 TFLs. Boye Mafe, 4 tackles and 4 TFLs for the Seahawks as well. So now we take a look at the scores from around the country that you may or may not care about. The Bills lose a heartbreaker on Thursday Night Football to the Dolphins. We saw most of these scores already. Chargers beat the Broncos, Niners beat the Cardinals, Giants upset the Chiefs, and the Ravens beat the Lions. Our next opponents are the Buffalo Bills. As you can see, we're just going to kind of skim through their roster. A lot of talent on this team. Obviously, they're led by Josh Allen at quarterback. But somehow, some way, the Bills are actually 0-3 to start the season. I know they had some tough games to start the season, but man, I didn't expect them to be 0-3 at this point, but here we are. They've really struggled, but they're still not a team that we can take lightly just because we're undefeated and they're winless. They're coming off of a tough loss to the Dolphins. The Dolphins went into the fourth quarter trailing the Bills, but were able to get a touchdown. Buffalo got a field goal at some point in that fourth quarter, but the Dolphins pull off a 27-26 victory in that one. Tua had a pretty decent game. Allen had a good game. Devin Achane had a great game on the ground, so maybe that's something we could exploit. Nick Westbrook-Akine had a pretty good game against them as well. And overall, the Bills are not a team that we can overlook at all. Obviously, they have been a fixture in the playoffs for the past few years. But I feel confident after a 3-0 start, so we'll see what goes down. We'll also take on the Giants in the next video. So hit that like button if you enjoyed this one, and if you're hyped for the next one, hit the sub button if you're new, turn your notifications on, and I will see you guys in the next one.